Hey, what's going on? My name's Jay, and this is OP Card Quest. Now, this whole thing is brand new to me. I've been around for a few years now. And I'm old enough to remember way back in the day, 25, 30 years ago.
30 years ago.
And
Damn,
shut
you
up.
old.
I know I'm old, but you don't have to point that out. People always got something to say. Anyways, so I remember way back in the day, back when I was in elementary school, going into middle school, that the biggest thing that was going on in the nerd space was Pokemon cards. Now, Pokemon, people battling, watching the show, battling, trading cards and winning cards, like that whole scene. Now, I was never big into it. It never really clicked with me, but I'm a lifelong nerd, so I understand it. So fast forward to today, a couple weeks ago, a friend of mine started collecting his Pokemon cards again, and he told me, "Hey, you know that they make One Piece cards?" And I was like, "What?" Because again, I was never really big into the card space, but just to hear that they made One Piece cards, it was enough to make me curious about, like, hey, what's the whole thing about? Because you might not know this about me. Well, you definitely don't know this because this is the first video, but I am a massive One Piece fan. One Piece is by far my favorite anime, and I actually recently, it's coincidence, I recently started doing something that a lot of people have a whole lot of stuff to say about, and just to prove a point, I decided to start over. Now, when I say start over, this isn't me being, 25, 30, 50 episodes in. I'm all the way into the 1100s on my regular watch through. But just to prove a point to all of you who say that One Piece is way too long, I decided, you know what? I'm going to start back over, this time on Netflix. I'm watching on Crunchyroll. I'm going to start back over on Netflix so the two don't get confused. And I'm going to see how long it takes me to catch back up. Now, the goal is to do this by the end of the year. Right now, at time of recording, we're in the middle of July. Yeah, I'm a working man. I work blue collar. I work outside, and I'm very, very busy. So I have to get this in where I can. But I feel like doing it this way is going to mimic most people's experience. We don't all have time to sit down for 12 hours a day and watch a bunch of episodes of anime. That's not the reality of a lot of people. And I watch all of this on sub. This isn't dub, so I can't be doing other stuff and listening in the background. I have to read the subtitles, because that's what I do. So anyways, a friend of mine knew that I was doing this, and he told me, "Hey, they make One Piece cards, bro. You might want to check them out because they look pretty good." So then I decided, hey, all right, let me check this out. So obviously I do what everybody else did, probably how you found this video. Started typing in YouTube One Piece cards, and a whole bunch of stuff popped up. I said, this is pretty cool. I'm a lot older than I was back in elementary school. I'm not going to tell you how old I am because don't worry about it, mind your business. But there are one or two grays in here. But we still look good. But now that I have adult money, I can jump into this hobby. So the plan is for this, you get to come along with me in my journey to starting a collection from scratch. I feel like when I was watching a lot of these videos, everyone is already deep into their collections, or they've been collecting for years. They know all the terms. They know what to expect. They know how many rares and pulls you can expect from a box and stuff. Now, for me, I don't really know any of that stuff yet. So for those of you who are joining in now, you get to experience this along with me, and maybe this might have inspired you to start your own collection. So I went out. I decided I Googled around my area card stores, and when I did that, I found one. So your boy popped up and bought me one of these. So I decided, right, that if I'm going to start collecting, the best place to start is at not the beginning, but where we are, what's new right now, so that I can kind of get in, figure out what I like. Now, as far as One Piece goes, Zoro's my favorite character, so I do have a plan to try to collect all of the Zoros that I can, and eventually fill up a whole binder of just Zoros. But we got to get there. So I got the box. I ordered myself a binder. I ordered myself some sleeves, and we're gonna get this popping. So let's just get into it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Turn this light on. So again, you guys are getting to see this whole process from scratch. We're not a pro yet, but we'll get there. But I'm excited to get started. So here's our pack. Here's the one we bought. This is my very first pack that I bought. So go ahead and get our knife out. Now, like I said, I just started back over. Right now, I am at episode, I believe it's episode 20, if I'm not mistaken. And where we're at in the rewatch, call it the rewatch. I have to think of a name for the series. But where we're at is we just we met Usopp. We got Zoro, we got Nami, we got Usopp. Yo, this is cool. And this is also my first time opening one of these packs, so forgive me, guys, if this isn't completely polished, but we're gonna figure this out. Does this go like this? Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. So here we go. First packs. All right, yeah, first packs. So go ahead and check this out. See how it goes. First impressions is one, nervous as hell. Because like I said, I've never done this before. But yeah. OP16, let's go. Let's get into it. And open these up. Now, I don't have a specific style yet or way of how I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna figure that out together. And the benefit of you guys watching this video is you get to see sort of the progression of how these go. So I don't know, what do I want to do? We'll start with the right side. That's what we'll do. Start with the right side first, and then just go down, and let's get into it. Now, what I've always wondered is there's different ways to open these things. So let's go ahead and get it. I'm nervous about damaging these cards too. So in this deck, or deck boxes, the OP16, the most valuable ones, I believe, should be from my research so far. Again, I'm new at this, so I will be learning. And excuse my fumbling, guys. But most valuable ones are the admirals. But this channel, I'm not going to do it like I'm just chasing. I'm really doing this for the love of the game. I'm doing this because I love One Piece, and I really just want to collect this stuff. Let's turn the brightness up on this a little bit. Yeah, I just want to collect this stuff and find cool stuff. Now, what I do want to do is get all of the Zoros that I can. So let's go ahead. This is older brother Marine. Arlong. He's a tool. Baby Law. Mr. 3. Kuma. Now, where I'm at in my regular watch through, we get some backstory on Kuma. I won't spoil it further. I'm going to try to not spoil stuff. Like, I hate spoilers. Like one of the major plot things in the game, not the game, in the show later on got spoiled for me. Oh, prisoners are rioting at Impel Dawn. And then what do we got? Oh, snap. Whoa. See if y'all can see that. Oh, damn. That's cool. All right. First pack, first pull. That is really dope. That is really dope. I like that. We're gonna set Newgate right there. We're gonna set Newgate. Actually, you know what? I do. Since I'm your boy's a serious collector now, we got us a whole box of sleeves and stuff too for when we get stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and sleeve him up real quick. Go ahead and sleeve him up real quick because that's cool. Now, I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know the value of these cards and stuff, but yo, check that out. Check your boy out. That's a dope card. I like it. So yeah, I don't know the values of stuff, but you know, I can recognize a cool looking card. And to me, I mean, I've seen the Pokemon cards, and to me these just look better. You know, one because it's One Piece, and you know, that's just what I think. It's my opinion. It's my channel. I can say what I want. Damn it, these cards. All right. So yeah, in where I'm at in my rewatch through is we got Zoro. Obviously, that was in the beginning. We got Nami. Nami's joining us, and then we got to Usopp's island, and now Usopp is this dude is dope. I want to get some more statues and stuff too. I do have a Luffy over there. I have the pen. I'm gonna start hanging up. I have behind me. You guys can't see, but I do have some pictures up there. I'm gonna future videos. I'll put them over there behind me on the wall so y'all can see it. I'll do some rearranging here, but I do like Mihawk as a character. And there's our boy Zoro. Hell yeah. So we just got to Usopp's island. We defeated what's dude's name? I keep forgetting. It's like a super long name. Buddy with the cat claws. Captain Kuro. That's him. And we just defeated him, and we're on to our next adventure. And Vista. Okay. These are cool. I'm gonna stack these here next to me. I'll go through them again. Go through them again off camera and figure out what I like. But we do need to figure out how to rip these packs more efficiently, Jay. So everybody always makes this look easy online, but if you've never done it before, it's a little nerve-wracking. I got a sneak peek of something there, so I think we have something in this pack. There's our boy Shanks. He looks pretty cool. What is it? Yeah, Zoro and Shanks. Zoro, Shanks, and Ace are my dudes. I mean, obviously we like Luffy, but as far as my favorites, that's really what we got. Mr. One, and we got a Law. That Law is one of my homeboys. That's his favorite character. But Zoro, Shanks, Ace, Luffy. Let's try to rip this from the back. Damn, these are like on there. I'm scared. What I'm nervous about, I'm sure as time goes on, I'll get better. But what I'm nervous about is ripping the cards, because that would suck. All right, so camera died on me, so we had to redo this one pack. I moved Luffy over here so you can go ahead and see the statue. Go ahead and go back through this pack. Burgess, Odin, Glacier, Ramba, Mr. 3. Yeah, Teach. This dude, man. I can't stand it. It's a dope looking card, but if you that's cool. We'll have Mr. 3 over here next to Newgate. So yeah, if you're caught up, you probably have a hatred for Teach too, just like me. That dude. There we go. That's a better rip. See, we're getting better. What is this? The third pack? Fourth pack? We're getting better at it. Squared. Whoa, another Zoro. Cool. So yeah, I'm curious. Those of you who are watching, what where are you at in One Piece, and then where are you at in your collections? Are you just starting like me? Are we growing this together, or are you a pro and you're looking at me like, man, this dude don't know what he's in for or how much money he's gonna spend because little Oris Jr. Because bro, nice. Because bro, I can already tell he's this is Shiru. This is he's a dude that he's on Black Bear's crew, I believe, right? He's the dude that they rescued from Impel. That's not really a spoiler, but kind of is. I don't know. I'm trying my best. I definitely won't do any major story spoilers, because like I said before, that happened to me and I hate that. How about we do it like this so y'all can see as we're pulling. Another Ivankov, another Zoro, Rockstar, Black Hole, yeah. And his Devil Fruit power, like it's not really explained yet. What's this? It's uncommon. It's not really like fully explained, but from what I understand, it sounds OP. And again, we won't spoil it for people. Well, how long has this been? We'll try to speed this up for you guys. But yeah, where are you guys at in your collections? Are you new? Are you guys all pros and you're just trying to see if anybody pulls anything? I gotta say, my introduction to this, another Mihawk. My introduction and kind of like exploration of this card hobby, bro. This stuff costs a lot of another one. Is this a variant? Nice. Very nice. So we got 2 Mr. 3s. Yeah, we're gonna go through this whole pack. So this will probably be a longer video, and hope you guys enjoy. Again, first time, so. Here we got Smoker. I haven't gotten back to Smoker yet in my watch through. Like I said, I just got to where we met Usopp and we just left. They just left on the Merry. Sengoku. I'm not looking for this version of you, bud. I'm looking for the other version of you. Kuzan, and then a Yamato when she transforms. But yeah, they just left on the Merry, and they went to the other island. I think. What's next? See, the thing about One Piece, right? Which, again, this is part of my experiment as to what I'm doing, and as far as like going back through it. Jinbei, that's that dude. I love me some Jinbei. I've seen some of his cards too. They look pretty dope. That's a young. Is this a young Garp? I think it is a young Garp. But yeah, the thing about One Piece is it's been going for Marco. That's that dude. And we have a Luffy. This is cool. Yeah, so the thing about One Piece is it's been going on for so long, right? That if you like the people who are just joining in on it, y'all can catch up and everything's still fresh. If you're like me, here's that boy. Shanks. If you're like me and you've been watching this for, I'd say if you've passed 10 years and you've been watching One Piece and kind of following it, these beginning episodes, like the first 100, 200 before things get spicy, that's cool. Before things get spicy, nice. I'll sleep, Yamato. It's good to go back. See the difference between One Piece and something like Naruto. So, quick little aside. I started. Let me sleep these guys too. I started and finished Naruto. I started Naruto before I started One Piece, and then I got into One Piece, and then a few years in, then Naruto ended. I forget when Naruto ended. It's been like 10 years. It's been like 10 years since Naruto ended. But anime like Naruto, because it's finished and like the story is done, I haven't gotten into Boruto, but because the story is done, it's easier to kind of remember stuff, and then you can go back and watch. It's obviously shorter, so you can watch more of it, or you can watch it more frequently than you can do One Piece. The thing about One Piece is the story's not done, so we can't pass a final judgment. You know, so far I saw something shiny back there. So far, One Piece is my favorite. But when it's all said and done, how is it going to stack up against Naruto? You know, in the broader that's cool. In the broader anime conversation, you know, that's the difference. How is that gonna happen? Yo, this stack is gonna grow. This stack is gonna grow on me. So only time will tell. I think and there's another thing about me too. I never catch up to One Piece. So in my Magellan, it's the warden. In my watch through, or in my what's the word I'm looking for? Where I'm currently watching it on Crunchyroll, I always only get up to about 10 episodes in, and then once I get to 10 episodes, I stop. So I always only get to 10 episodes, and then that was a nice rip. And then I stop, because I never want to be in a position where I'm waiting on One Piece. We got a couple of these Mihawks. That's just me. You know, you can watch it how you want, but I am always okay. I love the shiny, bro. What is this? That's cool. Yeah, we'll save you too. Yeah, so I never want to. That's pretty dope, man. I like that. I never want to get in a position where I'm waiting on One Piece. So like now that they're moving over to seasons, right? It was a perfect opportunity for me to just be like, hey, let me start over. You know, while I'm watching, I mean, One Piece isn't the only thing I watch, but this is a One Piece card channel, so that's what we're talking about. So while I'm waiting for new seasons and stuff, and another thing, I am not interested in One Piece. Like, I feel like that's a cop out. I feel like that is. This is cool. I feel like I want to sleeve all of my rares. I don't know. I gotta think this out. But I have plenty of sleeves, so there's no harm. Yeah, but you gotta go to another stack. These are different than you. I can tell that. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not interested in One Piece. I feel like that is a cop out. That is the easy way out. And my opinion, to each your own. I feel like that's you haven't really done it. You know, you can't. Do you know the story if you do One Piece? Sure. But can you sit there and say, yeah, I did a Dawn card? And this is another thing. I need to learn. I do want to learn the game. I'll set that off to the side. That looks cool. But I do, yeah, you haven't, if you do One Piece, right? And I had this debate with a friend of mine, a different friend. You can't genuinely say you're 10 toes down in it. Like, when you get to episode 1100, 1150, you can't really sit there and say, yeah, I thugged this out. And, you know, you don't have the same type of freedom of speech. That's exactly what it sounds like, too. Yeah. Those are cool. I don't like that dude, but those are cool. So yeah, you don't have the same freedom, I don't think. It is what it is. You can argue with me, debate with me in the comments about One Piece versus One Piece. But I just feel that if you're taking the shortcut to get out the fillers, because that's the problem I think with anime nowadays, is there are no fillers. It's so like flashy, flashy, flashy. I'm so tired of this dude. It's so flashy, flashy. We're gonna go and show you all of the stuff, and go so fast, and everything's zoomed in. You can't see nothing, with no backstory to anybody. With no backstory to anybody, and it's like, bro, I don't care about these people, about these characters, because you haven't spent any time on them. I don't know what he wants. I don't know what she wants. I don't know what the big bad wants to do. I don't know any of that. I can tell you for sure, I know what Luffy wants to do. I know what Naruto wants to do. I even know what Ichigo wants to do. I know what, Asta from Black Clover. I could tell you all of this stuff. About these other characters, but I can't tell you, a lot of these. That is a cool Marco. Do I have that set? I have another stack here next to me, but there's some characters where it's gone so fast. Like, for example, right? This is my beef with Demon Slayer. In Demon Slayer, Tanjiro is out there banging with Hashras and the Upper Moons in less than 100 episodes. Like, he should not be in those fights, my dude. Like, that's my problem. He should not be in those fights. But this one's different. Oh, so is this the Dawn cards? Where's my other one that I had? It's over here somewhere. Yeah. But he hasn't earned the right. There's no training arc. There's no time skip. There's no side story, and that's the thing. Fillers give you more of the world. I think fillers, more so than the main story on anime, it gives you a look at the characters, and it's the artists and the writers' chance to sort of flex their imagination. Whoa. Hold on. Bro, I don't know how much this is, but I do know that like, you could tell. So again, guys, bear with me. I am a newbie to this stuff, but it's pretty obvious which cards is like, all right, that is something. This is dope. And I promise you guys will see the progression. I will learn. But I am going to sleeve this and put it in my loader, because there we go. Even though we hate Blackbeard as a character, we really do. But yeah. Nice. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I genuinely believe that fillers are necessary. They really are. If your anime is only 20 episodes and it's just story and just straight story, to me, I don't feel like that's a cool ace leader. To me, I don't feel like you've put too much effort into it. And then, oh my God. Yo. That's cool. Bro, look at that. Hell yeah. And something I don't think I want to do really is unless you guys really want it, but I don't think I want to do the whole like cha-ching animation and put it, because to me this is about, collecting the cool stuff and seeing what we can get from the packs. I'm not looking to flip these or anything like that. It's just I'm learning this as we go. I know I've said that like 1,000 times, but I'm learning as it goes, and I feel like at least I hope this is entertaining to you guys. But I feel like everyone goes straight to being like a super polished, and you already know all the chase cards or everything that's valuable, instead of just, hey, I want to learn this hobby from the ground up. There's a Moby Dick, and there's a new Vankov. That's cool. So yeah, I want to learn this hobby from the ground up, and maybe inspire someone else to get into it. Now granted, and I'm not the I am not the richest man in the world, but this hobby is expensive as hell. Like I'll be honest, I can already tell. And I've only bought, I bought this is the first one that we're doing, and then I'll eventually get some more. But yeah, this ain't cheap, bro. It's not cheap. Don Quixote Don Flamingo. Probably one of the swaggiest villains here, though. The Flamingo. Another black hole. Go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Buggy. Useless. Dude. And like, if I wasn't not spoiling stuff, but for those of you who know about Buggy's backstory and like where who he knows, Kinemon, and like where he's been and stuff, you would be like, dude, why are you trash? And then other members of that same crew are out here balling and moving and shaking, and then you are literally the first area boss. Like, I haven't even, that's cool too. I haven't even oh, last pack. But yeah, like Buggy the Clown. Why are you why do you know who you know and what you know? But then you're just like he's a clown, but you're the clown boss. Like, there's no consequence to you. Like, you were the first dude that gets taken down, and you really have the same knowledge. Yeah, this dude. You really have the same knowledge as some other people. So I don't get that. But there we go. I have a big old stack here too. I gotta go back through these. So that's the first pack. We got some pretty cool stuff though. I mean the first box. But we did get some cool stuff. I'm gonna look these ones up on my own. That one, I look at this one, and then we'll come back to the new gate. But yeah, I'm going to take a look at these. I'm gonna look these up and see what we got, because these are cool, especially this one. I have a feeling. I don't know for sure, but I do have a feeling. So appreciate y'all joining. Leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys want to see more of, and catch you on the next one. Peace.